Schmoes Know presents HorrorFlix, a podcast covering all things horror, suspense, and psychological thrillers in the world of cinema. And now, here are your hosts, Cobbster and Cody.
Good evening.
I'm doing the intro today. This is my
Look at
intro.
you.
Look at this.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? You
I
always
like
do
that.
the intro. I'm taking over.
Wow, look at you.
Look,
I
I'm
like that.
talking louder.
You're coming
because,
in hot, dude.
Because last week everyone said no one can hear me. So I'm talking. I'm projecting my voice onto the microphone.
That's what you're doing.
And I'm taking over here as host.
Oh, okay.
As the introductory host, at least.
Go
How's
ahead.
it going,
See if
guys?
you can do it.
I'm gonna do it. Welcome to HorrorFlix. I'm Cody. This is Kyle.
This is already awkward.
I'm not good
This is
at
already awkward.
Okay,
Welcome.
you go.
This is structured.
Well,
I'm
hello,
a
everybody.
robot. Hi. I speak in sentences and
Hello.
pause, comma, pause.
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast. Welcome back to NPR, where we talk really smooth and do things like this. What's up, guys?
Hey.
This is the appropriate
This
intro.
is more.
That was good.
Yeah, I tried. First try.
First try. I'll
Yeah.
give you another shot. I will give you another shot. I don't think I'm professional at it. We're not professionals.
Not at
We're
all.
no Ken Knapsack when it comes to introductions or podcasts in general. But we try our best to do so.
We do good.
But what's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Cobbster.
I'm Cody.
And we're here to talk to you guys about horror films
That's
and
what
all
we do
that,
here.
all that stuff. But dude, this is episode 20, man.
Hey, let's shake hands.
Shake hands.
Shake hands.
Can't see this, but
Bravo.
we should. I was actually considering doing this one a video episode. I was thinking of
One day.
toying with the idea of us doing actual video because I think people want to see our faces.
Yeah.
I mean we're pretty,
We're
right?
pretty
I think
attractive.
we're pretty
I'm
attractive.
just
So
saying, you know.
I mean, you don't have a facial hair. I do.
Yeah,
It balances
it's a
out.
fun balance.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, gotta
So
get a
maybe if you
visual.
guys would want that one day, maybe we'll actually do
Let
that.
us know. Yeah, do you guys
Yeah, let
want
us
a
know.
video form of this podcast? Or you like
Yeah.
just, driving in a car?
It's a
listening
little
to it?
bit more work on my part, but you know what? You guys have been so awesome. I think you
Yeah.
guys would be able to deserve that. Maybe actually just not upload a straight up picture onto the YouTube. Maybe give you guys something to watch and give you some graphics or something. I don't know.
graphics.
Give some graphics because it's violent. And I'll put some blood
R-rated
in there.
podcast.
I'll put like a bloody lower third for you guys.
I want to give a thanks to the fans for getting us to number 93 on iTunes.
Yeah,
we cracked that top
recently.
100 again.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah,
I
we're
saw.
back on the
I think
charts.
Miss Movies tweeted that out
Yeah.
to us, and I was like, "Oh my god, look at that!
Yeah.
That's a relevant thing again."
Yeah.
Very cool.
We're cool.
We were right there up. I think I saw top 10 too,
Top 10
and
was, like,
then
right
I think
behind us or, like,
JT
right
was
ahead of
right
us.
around that area too.
Forget that guy.
Yeah, no, he's
Whatever.
the best.
No, he is the best.
He's the best.
I will say, every time I gave him a ride to the show the other day,
Yeah.
every time he gets in my car, he cranks up the AC to like max. And it was hot in summer, but I'm
Don't
like, dude,
ever
this is wasting
touch
my gas.
Don't ever touch a black man's AC. That's just you don't do it.
I'm not black, but okay.
Well, okay, but you know what I mean.
I get
You know
where
what
you're
I mean.
going. You're fine.
So what we promised you guys every 10 episodes, we'll just do like a fun Q&A episode, just dedicated to you guys asking us questions. You guys sent us emails, which were a lot of fun, and then I just let out a tweet just a little while ago.
You let out a tweet?
I let out a little. I just took a squat
squeezed
and
out a
I
little tweet there.
shit out a little tweet for you guys, for you guys to answer some questions, and it's basically just anything you guys want to ask us. Obviously, horror related or anything in our personal lives. If you want to ask Cody about his kid, go on ahead. I don't know if he's going to answer it, but
He's going to start Little League soon. I'm very excited.
yeah,
for him. Yeah.
you
Poor Jimmy.
bastard. So let's just dive right into it. Let's start off with some. We don't have the emails ready because Cody's phone is
Hey,
not
it's
there.
loading up. Hold on.
Okay,
got
but I'll start off with a tweet then. How about that?
Okay, go for the tweet.
This one comes from @Emily Crow. Do you guys think? Because this is a very relevant topic. Emily Crow asks, "Do you guys think The Visit will be good?"
I see it being polarizing to where like people don't really necessarily agree. You know what I mean? I think there's going to be a reaction. People are going to, at least from what it seems so far, the early word is that some people are saying it's a return to form. Other people are saying it's too cartoony and it's just weird.
That's what I'm
very interested in seeing how
I'm
it
with you
turns
there.
out.
I think there's going to be a straight up like split divide.
Yeah.
I think some people will say maybe he's back, and then maybe other people say, well, he's back, but it's no Sixth Sense or Signs, which it doesn't seem like this movie's trying
Which
to be
I'm
that.
fine with. As long as he's back
No.
making a good movie, I'll be happy.
Yes, absolutely. And I've only seen one review. Big fan of pretty much it. And
Strifo saw it,
he saw it. He was really praising it a lot. And I see a lot of eye-to-eye stuff with him. I agree with a lot of things he talks about, especially when it comes to horror films. And so the fact that he was very excited about it made me even a lot more excited. Because the trailers didn't really sell me, but the way he talked about the movie and how the humor works, it's like, okay, that seems like Shyamalan. Because Shyamalan always has a weird sense of humor. His
Mm-hmm.
humor has never always worked for me. Just if you just
That is
watch, take a
true.
look at watch of his movie. His humor is very goofy.
Yeah.
It really is. Even in some of his serious movies, I think The Sixth Sense nails it perfectly
That's such an
there's
incredible movie.
because all the comedy in that movie really works.
It's
There's
hilarious.
not a lot of comedy that goes into it, but the subtle stuff in that movie works.
Yeah.
If you look at the comedy in like Signs, for example, or even The Village, there's a little bit tinkered
What
here and
comedy is in
there.
The Village?
It's not like full on slapstick or
Okay.
anything like that, but it's just you really have to pay attention to it, and it's just
It's like Three Stooges. Dunk.
yeah, it's just awkward goofiness. I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
know,
just
I see what you're going. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, like for example, the story that Meryl tells in Signs when he's talking about the girl throwing up on him.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's a clever,
Okay.
like he works it into the story somehow. It just comes out goofy at times. I don't know, it is. And then when he swings the bat at the alien, I was just like, come on, that's not funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's bring up an email. How about that? You want to
I'll
bring up
pull
an
one
email?
up right now. Give me 2 seconds. My thumb scanner is not working on my phone. Julian Turner says,
Yes.
I'm 100% with you guys that there should be more original ideas in horror movies today, so just wondering if you think maybe having more set during the daytime could be a cool and inventive way to go. I can't really think of many films that have done this, so perhaps now it's time to fill that void. Keep up the good work, dudes. Julian from England.
Cool.
Thank
And
you for the question, Julian.
I will unstar all the ones we answered. That's
good.
just a side note to Cody.
That's
You guys
good.
don't have to worry about starring or doing any of that. I thank you for the question, dude. I think, or if that's a girl, Julian, it could be a girl, it could be a guy. Who knows? I definitely agree with that. That would be very interesting because we don't see it. A lot of the times when it's a daytime scene, it's safe. You think things are safe, and then Insidious is a good example of taking that safety
Yeah, I was trying
away
to think
from
of that.
us.
That's the first one I thought of. Yeah, like that. One of the best scenes in that movie is when the kid's dancing around in the
Yeah.
house in daytime.
And she's
That's
walking
daytime,
around
yeah.
the house.
It'd be interesting to see a full day, like 30 Days of Night, except all during the day. Remember Insomnia?
Insomnia is a great movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
kinda like
scary,
that.
obviously, but
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the
taking that idea
daytime thing. Yeah.
That'd just be very interesting because obviously you think when it comes to scary movies, you obviously think bad stuff happening at night, and in the daytime, everyone's always together at night. You're home alone or you're in your bed, so I think that could be very interesting. I can't really think the top of my head of. I mean, there have been horror films that take place a lot in the day. Like a very underrated one. I might be answering someone's question later if they talk about underrated horror films. But Daybreakers. Do you remember that movie with Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, the vampire
and
one.
Sam Neill. I
Yeah.
love.
I saw
that
it once
movie.
when it came out, but I haven't seen it since.
There's an awesome shot in that film of when like two groups of vampires are just tearing each other apart. It's just this one shot in like all these military guys and
I remember
vampires like in a room just tearing people apart. It looks so fucking cool. But that's one that comes to mind where it comes to like daytime, and it's actually a really creative and original idea for vampires.
Yeah, I just thought about that. That really, no one ever really talks about that.
No,
That's a
I don't
pretty
think
good
it was
movie, though.
panned well by critics, and it's not the best movie in the world, but I actually really enjoy that. So I definitely do think that would be really, really cool to see someone bring a very scary concept to daytime and making it effectively work. Because if you can scare us during the day, you can scare us.
fucked.
Yeah, we're screwed. You can scare us at any other point. And I
I'm just
think
gonna
that
walk
would work a
around
lot.
paranoid as shit all day. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm out of the time.
Okay, here's one from Saint Presence. I
Name
hope,
really Saint?
I really hope
Saint
that's your
Presence.
name. I hope that's your name.
Fantastic.
It's a long one, so here we go. It's a lot of complimenting of us, so it's like, okay,
Oh,
we
stop
kind of
it.
stuff back.
Whatever.
He says, "Hey, huge fan of what you and Cody are doing. I'm a massive horror movie fan, and I really do love hearing both your opinions on horror films. Thank you. My question was on if you and Cody are going to make another short film, specifically a horror short. I love Severance, and I think you both would kill it in a horror short. Also, I'll add on to this too. I was wondering if you guys would review horror shorts on the podcast. I'm working on a script right now, and I'm really passionate about it. I would love to hear your thoughts on the finished product. You guys are great, and I hope HorrorFlix turns into something bigger. Hope you homies are doing well. Ryan.
Saint?
His Ryan Saint Hillier.
I do.
Okay.
You're a saint,
I recognize
but
that
I'm
name.
taking
I
that.
see that name all
yeah,
the
I
time.
remember that guy, yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. I
Awesome
really
comment.
appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching Severance and saying all those nice things about it. Definitely, we are currently working on. We're always working on multiple projects. Cody's writing scripts left and right in Starbucks. You loser.
Hey, that was one time.
One time, and
Very
you
productive
really
day.
peaked. You really peaked when
I
you were working
peaked.
in a Starbucks.
I really,
Yeah.
you do. Believe it or not, I cranked
Yeah?
out like 20 pages that day.
Oh, there you go. Going to
But
Starbucks.
yeah, I wrote a horror short that me and Cobbster are trading back and forth with notes right now before we
Yes.
start gearing up. Hopefully trying to get some more people from the Schmo crew
Yes,
we have 2 without saying who.
No, we won't say who. We have 2 people in mind right now. We want to work on the script, finalize it beforehand, send it off their way, and if they dig it, we'll hire them on.
I don't think we're going to be actors in this, right?
Nope.
We're
just going to be strictly behind the camera. A full-on actual B-team production of just everyone behind the camera. I want JT to be there to be my cinematographer. Ace being there, key gripping, doing something. It doesn't matter.
Fantastic hair.
Exactly. Just having cool hair. And we actually plan on because it takes place in a hotel room. I'll give a little bit of details. Okay. It takes place in a hotel room, and that's it. And we plan on renting out the hotel room for at least 2 nights and just shooting those 2 nights. And so I'm very excited about it.
They're going to be pissed when they find out that's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not going to actually tell them. It's going to be a whole, what's that? Escape from Tomorrow? That one where they shot in Disneyland? That's exactly. It's going to be in a Disneyland hotel. That one hotel in California Adventure.
Holy crap, yeah.
Oh, man. That'd be really expensive, but screw it. It'd be worth it. So we're working on that. And that's not even all the way horror, actually. It's more suspense thriller, but it dabs a little bit into the horror. And trust me, I definitely think we are going to tackle that genre, obviously, because we're such huge fans in it. Maybe by the time October runs around, because I'm not too sure of when it's called The User.
It's called The User. That's what I'll tell you guys.
That's the next thing. That's what it's called. Maybe by the time we shoot, we wrap it up, maybe it comes out by that time. Who really knows? It all really depends. And as far as reviewing shorts, absolutely.
Why
you
not?
know what? I like that. Tweet at me and Cody if you guys out there have short films that are horror based, or if you guys have seen some on that are really great.
There's
like if it's
great ones
if it's a Marvel Hornets type of thing, send it our way. We'll talk about it and give more recognition to those people, because they deserve it. Because I don't want to say that it's easy to make these things, because as far as content wise goes, it's not easy. But to actually just shoot something now, it is a lot easier. It's a lot more accessible, because you don't really need for horror films, you just natural lighting. That's kind of the best way, I think, for it. So definitely send us some stuff our way. And let me get to another tweet. That was a great one. I like that.
Good job. It was Ryan, isn't
Saint.
it? Right?
We'll call him Saint.
Good job,
Saint Ryan.
Saint Presence.
This one comes from DC Bowling. At no average _ DC. He says, "What do you guys think is the worst horror movie in the decade so far?"
Worst horror movie.
I have one.
Are you gonna go Devil Inside?
Yes.
No, I knew you were going.
Okay.
I'll think of something.
Here's why. I literally, I don't know why. Oh, okay. I was listening to a band. If you guys listen to the Acacia Strain, they're pretty cool. They're a hardcore band. They had a.
Do they sound like Simple Plan?
Not in the slightest.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah, they're pretty close though. They both have the.
Okay.
Is it the Simple Plan?
No, just Simple Plan.
Simple Plan. That's simple enough. They had an intro to one of their songs, and it was the 3 people are dead. I killed them. That whole intro of the movie. And it just got me thinking. I was like, that's such a terrifying audio clip. So I went back and I watched the trailer, and I remember seeing this trailer for a movie called The Devil Inside for Paranormal. It was right before Paranormal Activity 3, and I watched this trailer. Everyone around me was terrified, and I'm up there. I'm like full forward, like in my seat, just like eyes at the screen almost, because I was so excited for this movie. This movie looked so incredible. It got me really hyped. The connect, whatever, all that shit.
Yeah.
It looks so good. Come time for the actual movie, it was the fucking worst thing that I've ever seen. It is boring. There are no scares whatsoever. The only bit of tension that I ever felt was like the very beginning of the movie, of when the police are going inside the house to capture the girl who had made the phone call. That phone call is like the only bit of scariness to it, and it's laughable. There's one scene where the cop goes into the room and he comes back out. He's like, she took my gun. Like, what do I do?
Took my gun.
He's like, you're a police officer. You're not supposed to have that to happen. So it was such a big disappointment. And the movie ends with you going to a website to figure out what happened after. It's such lazy filmmaking, such lazy writing, and a terrible use of found footage. I hate that movie more than anything in the world.
Okay.
That
is the worst one. I mean, I agree with you. That's probably the worst one in recent memory. Just because I don't want to pick one that's the same as you. I'll pick my next most hated one. Remember One Missed Call?
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I walked out of that.
You do really?
One time I ever walked out of a movie theater.
One Missed Call.
It.
I wasn't. I'm trying to think who was in that movie.
I don't
it's
even
forgettable.
remember.
Oh, you know who was in that movie? I think the cool Brooklyn dude from Saving Private Ryan.
Tom Sizemore? No.
No, I can't remember his name. I always wanted to see
Ed
him.
Burns?
I don't know. It's not Ed Burns.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe it is Ed Burns. I think it is.
I know the face you're talking about. I always get those two mixed up.
You remember the cool dude from New York that was in Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
I always wanted to see him in more stuff. I'm pretty sure he was in this movie, or maybe he wasn't. Maybe.
Well, anywho, the ghost or whatever that is in that movie isn't even scary, like the face and all that. And it was so dumb. And, so boring. I just walked out. Literally, I don't even know what happened at the end because I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. And I was like 15 at the time. I'm like, this is dumb, and I just walked out.
I can barely remember it as well. I mean, they get a phone call and they die after if they missed a phone call or something like that.
It was like a Ring knockoff. I don't know. It was dumb.
Terrible.
Next question.
Yeah, good question though. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
This one is an email, and it comes from Alex. Ooh, Jesus, this is a last name. Alex Murasaniu.
Merezianu.
Merezianu. He says, "Hey guys, I'm not really a horror movie fan. Who are you listening?" Just kidding. But he says, "I am a fan of the Schmoes No Show and checked out HorrorFlix because I love seeing you guys there. I then got really into listening to you guys, and I haven't seen many horror movies at all. So where would you recommend I start? I've seen Alien, Predator, The Sixth Sense, and maybe one or two other horror-influenced movies. Thank you so much, Alex." Woo! Okay, you got some homework.
He's got a lot of work to do here.
This is very exciting, though. I mean, if you're not a huge horror fan, but you it seems like you want to dive right into it, I definitely recommend The Exorcist. Absolutely, I think that's like the pinnacle of all horror films. Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first ones.
Even Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th as well. Some of the big players. These are some of the more
just get introduced to each of the popular franchises so you can be familiar with the characters.
Definitely The Thing, because that's my favorite of all time.
Sure it's not The Fly?
Sorry,
Ace.
Christ.
I'm sorry, Ace.
Jesus
You're the man.
Christ.
I'm sorry.
But definitely do watch The Fly as well.
Yeah, Fly's great. Yeah.
Alien, that's a good choice. Sixth Sense, obviously. I would say start off around those movies and then just sort of work your way around. If you want to get into all those franchises, definitely. I wouldn't recommend a lot of the more newer horror films just yet. So like say like It Follows or Babadook. Obviously,
I'd like him to get more familiar with.
Yes, absolutely, because especially with It Follows, because that's such a nostalgic throwback movie that I definitely think you should go back and watch some of the classics, and then obviously watch some of the black and white ones. Watch Nosferatu, watch Dracula, watch Frankenstein, The Wolfman. American Werewolf in London is an absolute treasure. Definitely check that one out. Cabin in the Woods. I wait on Cabin in the Woods too before.
Scream. Watch
Scream. Absolutely watch Scream too. So all those ones lifts out. I hope you want to
go the preppy film school route, you can go to Classic Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. That's one of the first horror movies I really studied and analyzed. Great movie.
So you knew the director of that movie, but you didn't know the director of Dracula.
You know what, man? It was very nerve-wracking up there. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I wish I know it's Coppola, man. Sorry.
And definitely Night of the Living Dead. If you're
get some zombies.
If you're into zombies, I guess that's probably the best representation of zombies you'll ever have. The whole original Dead trilogy, the Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is arguably even the best one of the three.
Blair Witch Project,
definitely.
Paranormal.
The first Paranormal. Good one. Thank you.
Try Let the Right One In. That's a very good horror.
That's a good one too.
Foreign film. That's really good. Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, all those ones. You got your choosing, man. Go through all those ones. You don't need to see any of the sequels, obviously, of the franchises. Not yet, but if you really want to, like, I love the Nightmare series, the franchise, just because they're a lot of fun. Even though some of the Friday the 13th movies, they're a lot of fun too. So I mean, just have a blast, dude. Have fun with them, enjoy them, and I hope you really like them. Actually,
that's a good time. It feels weird that he hasn't really seen anything, but now that he's older and he can really just focus,
yes,
it's an interesting time to be introduced to this genre like this. I've never encountered something like that.
Yeah, cool. It's like I remember trying to introduce my little brother. This was probably like a year ago, maybe. And he is 15. He was 14 at the time. He was like, "Oh, what are some scary movies that I can watch?" Because he likes watching some here and there. Okay. And so we've been watching like the Scream franchise or the Scream TV series together and stuff. And so I was trying to introduce to him Blair Witch Project, and I might have told this story already.
I think you have,
probably. But it's just so funny because we're sitting there and we're watching the movie, and he's like, "Where's the witch?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "When are we going to see the witch?" I'm like,
"That's the point.
That's the whole point. You're never going to see the witch." And he's like, "But I want to see her." And it's so funny to think that like we've been so washed down with being like seeing the monster at the very start of the movie or something like that it kind of takes away that magic, and it makes me sad. So
next question we got. James Foote says, what's a horror movie you absolutely undeniably love for all the wrong reasons?
Jeez. So basically, what's a horror movie that probably most people don't like than that we do?
Sure. 8-Legged Freaks.
Yeah,
that is such a crappy movie. I get the thing that we're saying like, oh, it's campy, it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
The freaking scene where the guy's on the dirt bike getting I think there's a few of them on dirt bikes
and
getting
he
chased
kicks
by
it.
spiders is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in movie history.
They're
But
like
it's
jumping
so
spiders.
much fun watching.
As big of a pussy as I am, when it comes to spiders, I love this movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun throwback to, just some of these monster invasion movies. And I love David Arquette yelling. Anything David Arquette.
8-Legged Freaks!
8-Legged
Just shoot down on him from the top.
Wrestling's not fake.
Ready to Rumble is
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies.
I
ever.
love
Not
Ready
a
to
horror
Rumble.
movie at all, but I love that movie.
No. But that's a good one. Eight-Legged Freaks is definitely one that probably most people hate. You brought up earlier. Before we started, you said Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake,
the Michael Bay produced.
Yeah, I
remake.
don't mind that one that much. It was one of the first ones.
First recent horror remake.
Horror remakes.
Yeah.
Obviously, like The Hills Have Eyes was one of the first ones too, and Dawn of the Dead. But I think most people actually like those ones in comparison to some of the the Friday the 13th or Halloween or Nightmare remakes. Gosh, I mean, I love Cannibal Holocaust in that movie.
You do really?
I do.
I've only seen it once. I wasn't really crazy about it. I respect it. Obviously, being one of the first. Footage movies, but
that movie was banned everywhere. So, I guess that would be one of them too.
Okay.
Let's see. That was like one of the same ones. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to another one.
You on Twitter?
On
or no?
Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
This one comes from @Gustavus22. Gustavo, what do you think of Signs? I think it's a bit underrated. I'll agree.
Great movie. I love.
I love Signs. It's my favorite M. Night movie.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. It's one of the ones that still creeps me out to this day. It creeps me out more than most of his movies, and almost more than any horror film today. Just the music alone is terrifying. The boom 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 boom.
This is the rest of the podcast. Keep going.
Yes. No. The alleyway scene when the alien walks by. It's fucking terrifying.
What's great about Signs is that it's a horror movie. We brought this up before, that has just a great story behind the scares.
Yes.
Like it's about Mel Gibson dealing with grief, and believing in faith again, like that. The whole scene towards the end when he's trying to bring his kid back.
Yes.
Gets me going, dude. That's such an emotional scene. I love it.
That's the beautiful thing about M. Night, or at least what he used to be, is that he didn't rely on the scares. He didn't rely on any kind of tension, or at least tension that was in your face, to make it a good movie. He focused on story. He focused on characters, and all the scares just came naturally. And that's how it was with Signs. It just terrified me in all the best ways possible.
Yeah.
I got one on an email.
Okay.
And this one is from Dylan Esposito, who is a long-time fan. Great guy. And it's an interesting one. You guys have often mentioned ghosts, demons, etc., but I was wondering, what exactly do you believe in as far as those things? Have you ever experienced a demon, poltergeist, ghost, or other supernatural things? And if so, is that the story? Or what is the story? Sorry.
I believe in ghosts.
Do you really?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
There's so much shit happening. So much shit that can't be explained.
Okay.
Why not? Didn't Einstein say like your what is it, like your there's something that's never fully destroyed when your body goes away or something like that?
Okay. Maybe.
I'm sure it's exact words right there.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure that's exactly what.
Actually, I do believe in ghosts.
Okay. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I'll leave now.
I think it's bullshit.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's bullshit. I've never had a personal experience. Like, I've had family members that have had like fucked up experiences. I think I've told the story about Annie on here
you told
before.
that one a couple times.
I told that story, and that today creeps me out.
Yeah.
That you don't how do you explain something like that? For me. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in demons. I'm not a religious person. I'm not atheist. I'm more agnostic than anything. I mean, if you can prove it before me, show me the evidence, then I'll say, sure, maybe it's real. Maybe. But you can never fully convince me. I think that's one of the exciting things about death. If there's anything,
death is so exciting.
If there's anything exciting about death, it's not actually knowing what's going to happen afterwards. You can have your beliefs and believe that you are going somewhere, but you truly do not know. And as scary as that sounds, if you ever have those moments, okay, hold on. You ever have those moments where you're kind of sitting there and you're like, fuck, I'm going to die someday.
All the time.
I'm going to,
All the time.
and it's like, it's so hard to comprehend something like that because all you know in life is life in general.
Yeah.
And so when you start thinking about that stuff, it's like, shit, what's gonna happen? Like it like in the last seconds of your last breath, are you gonna be like, fuck, God's real, and then you go away, and then you know, so I mean, there's most people out there who think just nothing happens in general, and that's fine. And there's other people that think that there is a heaven, there is a hell, and then there's other people that think you'll turn into a cow or a tree or something like that, and that's fine as well. It really is, obviously what you believe in, but for me, it's just I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't
Going
really.
back to the what do you ask about? Have you ever had any experiences with ghosts and all that?
Oh yeah,
I have one that's going on right now.
Really?
At my job.
Oh shit.
I am for those of you, I've mentioned this before, but I'm a manager at a movie theater, and every night you got to close down the projection booth.
Okay.
Okay. And people think, oh, projection booth is just a few rooms, whatever, that are allocated to each auditorium, right? That's not true. It's essentially just one long a collection of hallways. So if you're walking down the hall in a movie theater, I guarantee you that directly above you, there's just a hallway with all the projectors.
Yeah.
I've seen shit up there at this new place that I'm working at, and other people have too before I got there. I was closing down. It was the end of the night. It was like 3 a.m, and I'm turning off all the projectors. And to my left, there's a set of stairs, and there's a hallway crossing from that. I swear, I saw somebody walk directly across, and I was alone in the theater at this time.
Okay.
It looked like not like a little girl, but like maybe like 12 or 13 in a white dress. This is as cliched as it sounds.
Wow.
Walking across the hall.
Okay.
And now there's this one section where, first of all, I think I've tweeted pictures of this before, but the ceiling, the AC is so crappy that the ceiling just kind of caves in sometimes, like the tiles, and it looks really creepy. And I was walking by this projector one time, and I felt a gust of wind like hit my shoulder. And you said, oh, it's just the AC. The AC is broken in that area. There's nothing
look at that
could have possibly been. And I'm like, what the hell? So, and then I've heard, me and one of my coworkers were leaving the area, and we're walking, and we heard a door slam. And I hear that at least once or twice every time I'm up there. It's either a door or like the metal cabinet that holds the circuit breakers. It's kind of hard to explain, but when that slams shut, it's incredibly loud, and it echoes throughout the entire hall.
Yeah.
It's really terrifying up there. It's not fun.
I
You don't believe anything I'm saying, do you?
No, it's not that I don't believe. It's just like there's so many other things that it probably is.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean?
But that's the first instinct you think is like, oh my god, there's something up here.
Yeah.
It's still scary as hell when you're walking through there alone.
And I think shows like Ghost Hunters or all those kind of shows where they try to find ghosts or whatever, I think that's what really kills it for me as well, because it's just not authentic enough. I'll say I've had one experience, and I don't know what to make of it. I don't think it was a ghost or anything like that. I mean, I don't know my house's history as far as what had happened, if there was anything that happened in here beforehand.
Happened in your house, okay.
Yeah, if there was anything that happened. But there was one incident where I was in the room that I'm in currently right now, or not right now, but where my room is, and I had a bunk bed. It's fucking coolest bunk bed in the world.
Love bunk bed.
Bunk bed of the world. I remember I had like Jurassic Park, the Lost World toys, like the trailer, and I would hang it off the thing like it was a cliff. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And so I was alone on the bottom bunk, and I had heard some kind of like weird mumbling sounds in my room. It was super dark, and I couldn't see anything. And I had this kind of poster board that had a bunch of pictures of me and my friends, and it had like necklaces and I don't know, like shark necklaces, puka shells, whatever it was. And
yeah, you're a puka shell kid.
I was.
Every kid was a puka shell kid.
Everybody was.
Anyway.
Just some like cool memorabilia of just of my youth as it was going on. Sorry, I burped. That was weird. Sorry.
Cobbster is being possessed live on the podcast.
Okay. And so I hear these mumblings, and I'm like waking up, and I'm like, shit, what is that? I'm like, and I sort of look around, and it's pitch black. I can't see anything at all. And the next instance, I kind of say to myself, like, who's there? And then all of a sudden, I'm not shitting you. I don't know what to fucking make of this. I really think that it was in my head, but you never know. I hear someone whisper to me, goodbye. It said it was just like I'm sitting there and my eyes are kind of like just like ready to open, and then as soon as I hear goodbye, I just kind of like I open my eyes and I'm like, dude, what was that? Then all of a sudden that poster board just straight up falls and hits the fucking floor.
Oh.
And
how can you not believe that crap then?
What was it? It was
I'm
it was
believing
a
every second
ghost
of that.
saying goodbye, and it wanted to.
Do you have any family members it could have been?
No, not that I know
Okay.
of. I mean, I don't really know exactly when this was, but
Okay.
the thing fell down and it startled the shit out of me,
Yeah.
obviously. And I kind of like woke up and I'm
Was it
sitting
a
there.
dream?
I'm looking around. No, I'm looking around, and then my mom walks into the room. She's like, "What happened?" And I said, I don't know, that the poster fell, and I didn't tell her about the goodbye thing because I didn't want to freak
Yeah,
her
of
out.
course, yeah.
And then of course I looked under the bed, I looked on top, no one was there,
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
that was it. That was literally only kind of time that I've ever experienced something like
That's
that.
pretty creepy.
But it's just like it probably was just in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, a draft went in and it fell. It was hanging off by a thread always, but
Okay.
it was the only time that it ever fell. So I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it was a ghost.
Going
Maybe it
back
wasn't.
to my projection thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another coworker of mine, she went up there by herself one time, and it was me and her working. I was down in the office, and she's like, "I'm gonna go upstairs, turn off booth." I was like, "Okay, cool." And she walks up, and then literally a minute later, she walks out, and she's like, "You have to go up there with me." She's like, "I just heard somebody whisper to me, and then the lights went out."
Oh shit!
Shit you not.
Wow.
That happened.
Okay.
Scary as hell.
There's probably some technical
I'm
error.
like, I'm not fucking going up there. I'm like, no.
You're
on
fired.
your own, girl.
If you don't
I'm
go up
sorry.
there, you're fired.
I'm sorry. I'll gladly quit.
So yeah, that's as far as all that goes. Yeah, I mean, believe what you want. If you have experiences, they're fun for stories and stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you can't prove to me that it's real or it's
Oh
not.
yeah, of course not.
And I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm just saying there's always an explanation behind it, whether it is what it is or if
Yeah.
it's just something that manipulates that into you thinking that it's a ghost or a demon or something like that. So this one, I'm going to go to another email question. This one comes from Nicholas Maglieri. Recently saw something saying that there will be a Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees movie. Number 1, who would win? Number 2, do you guys like these crossover movies? And 3, if you could have a crossover movie, what would it be? Love the show, guys. Thanks, Nick.
Would you say Jason beat Freddy? I know.
Yeah,
he winks at the camera at the end, but the guy's decapitated.
I think so.
So I take it Jason would win that.
I think so.
I don't see why he can't. I guess Michael Myers can never be beaten, though.
Well,
It's tough.
it's the same thing with Jason too. First of all, I don't like the idea of that cross-up.
I don't. Yeah.
Because it's just two quiet guys fighting each other.
That's true.
The thing about Freddy and Jason that was so fun is that Freddy has a personality, and it plays off of Jason,
Yeah.
who's just very stone and silent. So yeah, I don't think I would like to see that crossover. But who do you think would win? I guess you have to look at the kill count. I think Jason, obviously, he has more movies, but he has more kills as well, and his kills are a lot more brutal than Michael's.
And again, Myers is just so durable.
Yeah,
he
that's
could
true.
take anything. He could probably take that machete and just.
Yeah,
not
I
take
think
anything.
Myers seems more like a T1000 than or a T. What is it? What's the liquid one?
Liquid one, I believe that's
T1000.
Yeah.
Or T800.
No, it's a
One of those.
Arnold's the older model.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
He's more like that unstoppable juggernaut, where Jason is the same way too, but Jason has weaknesses. Jason's weakness is water, basically, and that reminds him of his past, whereas Michael Myers is just pure evil, and
Yeah,
he
you might have to go
will
with
never
Myers.
stop. I think I'd still go Jason, but
Yeah, okay.
it'd be interesting to see just them square off. Maybe I know there's their one YouTube channel where they have superheroes that you would never see fight each other. So maybe Michael Myers versus Jason would be a fun one. But as far as if we could see a crossover movie, what would it be?
Between two other horror icons.
Chucky versus Leprechaun. Why not? Just
Oh
why?
my God, that'd be so funny.
Why the hell not? They're both
That'd
short.
be incredible.
That'd be kind of funny.
Chucky versus Freddy would be kind of funny. Just two smart asses just going at each other.
Yeah. Alien versus Predator. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. You got another email?
Sure. Omar Tarbush says, "Hey guys," that's all he said.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
He said, "Hey guys, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the show, so keep up the awesome work you guys are doing. I seriously can't get enough of the show."
Thank you.
Thank you. My question for you guys is, what do you think it will take for horror movies to receive Oscar attention? For example, movies like The Babadook and It Follows were lauded by critics, yet they don't get any attention from award shows like the Oscars. Do you think it's just baggage that comes with the genre? Would love to hear your take on it.
I think it's a little bit of everything. I don't necessarily think it's just specifically one thing. Because, you look at Silence of the Lambs, and that movie was nominated for everything, basically. And even though that's not a traditional horror film, it's the closest that we can get to that. Obviously one of the elements is when the movies are actually released in the theaters. Babadook came out before Oscars season. I don't know, actually. When did the Babadook come out?
Babadook, that was It was like during Oscar, I think.
Was it?
It was weird because like it was a video.
You know what? I think so. I think you're right because I remember a lot. You reviewers, I think Essie Davis won for breakout actress.
Yeah.
That is definitely a one that I think should have been nominated because that's a
Exorcist was
great
nominated for like 10 things.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm reading right here. Yeah. I think it just depends, man. I don't know.
It all really does depend. I mean, it follows.
It's not going to.
What would you nominate it for, though? Really?
That's true. Yeah,
I don't.
Not,
the acting's good, but it's nothing. There's no like really stellar
the
performance.
Script isn't incredible
I would say
to do
music, maybe.
Yeah,
Music, maybe
soundtrack.
would be. Maybe cinematography too. But there's just so many more movies that come out.
Yeah, it's tough.
That would totally just beat it out.
Plus, with the state of the Oscar right now, movies that do get nominated,
Yeah.
it's mostly just period pieces.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
It's tough to. It's just. I think we're just in the phase right now. We just got to cycle out of it.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like comedy films too. Comedy films, they get shit on. They don't get shit on, but they never get any as much love as they really deserve to. I think what it really is, and this goes for comedy as well. I think it has to do with the director and what actors are actually in the movie that can help support it. Maybe it's campaign to get Oscar buzz. I mean, like the perfect example I would have said would have been like Scorsese doing Shutter Island. Had that movie been like really, it was just kind of decent. But I mean, you got Scorsese, who's an obvious name that everyone knows, and then you've got DiCaprio, you've got Ben Kingsley, Mark Ruffalo, all like Academy Award nominated people. Shutter Island is not necessarily full horror; it's more suspense and thriller. But I think you just need some more recognition, like someone like Guillermo del Toro. Maybe Crimson Peak could be that one. I don't know.
Maybe for like production design, maybe. But I don't see it.
I don't know. Tom Hiddleston's really rising up, and I think is one day going to win an Oscar because I think he's really talented. So you never know. I'm going to go to another email. It's a great question, by the way. Daniel Epler. He says, "Hey guys, favorite sequel in each franchise: Halloween, Nightmare, and Friday the 13th." So, favorite one. Okay, let's go. Let's go besides the first. Oh, he said sequel. Duh. Okay, so favorite sequel. Duh. You can't be the first one.
Dream Warriors.
Okay, Dream Warriors. I'm gonna actually go with New Nightmare, even though it's a sequel in the franchise. Whatever.
I can't decide Friday the 13th. None of the sequels. Maybe like Jason Takes Manhattan, just for that one. I watched it after you told me.
Yeah. Jeez, yeah, because actually, no, I'll say one of the Friday the 13th that's really good. It's like Jason's not even the killer; it's one of the people, one of like the main characters, I guess. I'm hearing it. I hope everyone's not hearing this weird buzzing noise. I keep hearing it, and I just whatever. Yeah, I think I forget which one exactly that is. It's like 5 or 6. They introduced one character who was one of the Coreys. He's a young kid, and there's one of the sequels to that one where he's in like 3 movies in a row. And there's one in that where Jason gets resurrected Frankenstein style, and he like punches a hole through a dude's stomach. It's really fucking cool. I really like that one.
Okay.
And then for Halloween, as far as sequels goes, I actually really like 4 and 5.
I'm going H2O.
H2O is.
All campy.
I like H2O as well. I don't mind it. But. I like 4. I like 4 where they introduce his Michael's niece. Nice. I really like that one a lot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good question. But it's always on AMC during Halloween season. It's always fun.
Paul Allen. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
He asks,
do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
Good job. He says, hey, guys, it's Paul Allen. With the rise of virtual reality, can you put yourself in any horror movie in which you would have to survive? What would it be? So if you can, what would it be?
The Nostromo. From Alien.
Oh my God, that'd be terrifying.
That'd be really, because you can't go anywhere.
Here's the thing: I don't want to be in any of these movies. That'd be fucking scary.
Oh yeah, obviously. But I mean, Camp Crystal Lake.
What would be the scariest one? I guess is what he's asking.
I think the Nostromo. Is definitely, or
that's
the Boiler Room for Freddy. That's pretty damn creepy. Or just Hell from Hellraiser, because that would not be fun. Nothing from the world of Hellraiser is fun.
No,
nothing.
No.
That's a good question, though. I like that.
Yeah, I'll go Alien too. That's
or
great.
I don't know the name of the ship in Event Horizon. It's something like Prometheus or something like that too. This one comes from Billy Storl. Asks, "What are you guys gonna do for Halloween?" I start the month off on October 1st, where I watch at least one horror movie a day, usually starting with a franchise like Friday the 13th, and I make sure to add a few I haven't seen yet, like The Babadook and The Creep. Ending on October 31st, I watch my 4 favorite Halloween films: 1, 2, 3, and H2O. If you guys picked this read, thanks, you're awesome. My last name is pronounced Storlee. I should have read that before actually saying the last name. Thanks again. Keep up the great work. You rock,
Cobbster.
Billy Storley.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, man. I'm the same way. For every Halloween,
I'll probably watch.
I watch a horror film at least once a night.
Yeah.
And especially once AMC gets into their like 13 nights of terror or something like that, leading up to Halloween, it's the best time. Yeah. October is absolutely my favorite month. Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Weather.
Great weather, leaves everywhere. It's windy. Everything's just scary. You like Halloween 3 though? Do you really like Halloween 3? I hate Halloween 3. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, that's what I usually do. I'll try to watch some, obviously, like the horror movies that come out during that month. I'll try to check out some new ones that I haven't seen before, especially if they're on AMC. AMC is like my hub.
They got their Halloween shit down.
I don't watch a lot of TV. But when I do, it's mostly in October, and it's AMC because I'll watch almost any horror film that they have playing on there. Yeah, they'll have like a Stephen King day. They'll have a Friday the 13th day, Nightmare on Elm Street day, obviously a Halloween day. They play so many of them, and they do such a good job of playing them.
Bravo to those guys. Yeah, I usually do that. Watch a few movies. If I'm lucky enough, if I'm cool enough, I'll go to a Halloween party.
Okay. You know what? I've never been to a Halloween party
I've only
before.
been to a couple. I went to one. Did I tell you about this story? This is like 4 years ago. I went as like a hipster pirate. It was, don't ask. I had a weird face, but I went as a hipster pirate.
You were a hipster pirate
Hear me out.
in a weird
but
face?
Everyone thought I was a gay pirate because the way I was dressed, and I was like, this is not.
Well, yeah. Every time I see you, I think gay pirate.
Gay pirate, right?
Yeah.
Like I had a bow tie for some reason. It was weird.
Oh, that's pretty.
It was a weird party. I didn't like it. I left early. That was
some weird times.
Anywho, but this year we're going to Hollywood Horror Nights. I'm assuming you want to go.
Yeah,
okay,
I want to go with you.
I'm gonna. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Hold my hand.
Hold my goddamn hand, man.
Hold it, man. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to like make a bunch of videos for you guys.
You know what? I'm stupid.
You know what? You're stupid. Yes.
Said Billy Storley's name, and we didn't even. Billy. I did not even once. We're terrible.
Billy.
That's why we're stupid. Yeah, definitely at Halloween Horror Nights.
I'm down for that.
I need to go. I haven't been in a while. Obviously, because it's only like once a year.
I haven't been since about a year.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's go to another Tyler Myers. Tyler, this guy is awesome. It says, "Hey, Cobbster and Cody, big fan of the show, and I love what you guys are doing. My question is, have you seen the Scott Derrickson film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose? Yep. I just saw it for the first time this week and really liked it. I thought the acting was solid. The courtroom scenes were effective, and I love how it didn't rely too heavily on jump scares, but instead creepy atmosphere and story, which is all good horror films should do. What are your thoughts?" Thanks, Tyler. Totally agree. Yeah. I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. Yeah. I remember Jennifer Carpenter's performance was really good. I love Jennifer Carpenter, especially being a Dexter fan. I thought it was really solid, and diving into the whole idea is like, oh, is she crazy? Is she possessed? I think that's always really interesting when it comes to these possession movies. And I think it was handled really well. Like I've said before, Scott Derrickson, he doesn't have like the best horror films. I like Sinister, but there were some problems with it that I had. This movie was the same way too.
Did you ever see Deliver Us from Evil?
No, I never got a chance to see it.
It's not bad.
I can't remember if I did or not.
It's more of just like a crime movie than it is a horror movie. There's a great exorcism scene in that goes on for like 20 minutes. It's one of the best exorcism scenes, I think.
And he's got style. He's got really great style. So, and atmosphere.
I like Exorcism of Emily Rose. Sorry, I remember not liking it when I saw it at first. That's probably just some punk teenager who didn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah. But I watched it recently. It's actually really good for all the right reasons, man. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I was in a weird phase where I dressed up like a gay pirate.
I was a hipster pirate. Okay.
What is your most anticipated movie so far? This comes from @Jonathan2012, excuse me, on Twitter. Horror movie. So I mean, obviously Krampus. I've talked about this so many damn times that I'm really looking forward to that one. I guess I'm just interested to see how Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension, is going to be, because it's the very last one, quotations.
But they're pulling all the trailers from theaters, and they're doing like that home release thing. That really makes me nervous. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you really expect? It's the fifth or sixth movie in the whole franchise. So I don't really
make you feel old. Remember when the first one came out, and you're like, "Oh my god, have you guys seen this?"
God, that came out like it was 2009. I wasn't even graduated from high school yet. Hey, Billy, how's high school? Stay here. Stay as long as you can.
For the love of God.
No yelling on the bus. Okay.
And that's our random Billy Madison quote for
Yes.
the day. Okay.
I'll go one more email question here, and this comes from KK. His real name's Keith. Hey guys, what location or building that was used in a movie would you like to see or have seen in person? For me, it was when I went to Albuquerque to see Walter White's house from Breaking Bad. It was so surreal, amazing seeing it just standing there in front of me. Love the podcast, guys. Keep up the great work. I am watching Lake Mungo tonight. Hope it's good. Greetings from Germany.
Thanks,
Whoa,
buddy.
Germany. How do you say thank you in German? You fucking asshole. Why did you do that? Why did you fucking do that?
No, that was funny. Come on.
That wasn't funny.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We just lost a fan from
sorry.
Germany.
No, he's the best.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
is he?
He is.
He doesn't think you're the best right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be polite, and
That wasn't
you're...
offensive, was it? I thought that was...
No, I don't think it was that
I
offensive.
thought it was funny.
No, I'll leave it. Best location.
Best location.
I remember when we went to Comic-Con last year, we parked, and this isn't like horror
About
related.
to say, what location was filmed?
No, in San Diego, we went to the parking structure where The Dark Knight was filmed. Like, you know that the parking lot.
Really? That's in San Diego?
Yeah. It's like the circle tunnel thing. You know where Batman jumps off onto the van, of Scarecrow's van. I remember going there and I got really excited. But as far as if we're gonna be like going for horror films, I want to go. I've seen Mark Ellis at this place before, and he's taking pictures of the stairway from The Exorcist. I've seen pictures of him.
Where's that at?
Georgetown.
Oh.
Duh.
I didn't know it was there. Okay, sorry.
I think it's Georgetown, wherever the hell that movie was. I definitely would like to go there, even in the Amityville house. Definitely, that would be very creepy to go to. Yeah. I
love going to the Psycho House whenever I'm at Universal.
Yeah.
Like that whole area, just the house and the motel. It's really
the
cool.
hotel. Definitely. I'm trying to think. The Nostromo from Alien. I'd like to check that out. Just go up to space.
That ship just
go up to space one day. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Nostromo. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But yeah, definitely. There's so many freaking locations out there. I just wouldn't even know where to choose from.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. I think that was a fair enough question. Yeah, that was really, really fun, and appreciate you guys sending us all these questions and tweets. And we'll do this in another 10 episodes in another 10 weeks. So see you then. But really, thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next week with some topic that we will come up with the last minute.
Let's talk about that topic.
Yeah, as per freaking usual. So, hey, do us a favor. Why don't you guys do us a favor, okay? I'll do it. Hey, do us a favor. Go to iTunes, subscribe to us on the iTunes feed, okay? And I won't do that anymore. Give us a review, rate it 5 stars if you think it was 5 stars worthy. We really appreciate it.
I'll take 4 stars.
We'll take 4. That's totally fine. Yeah. And just like, subscribe, do all those fun things. If you're on the Schmoes Know Podcast channel on YouTube, be sure to throw this video a like, comment down below, and tell us, what are some things you guys want to ask us. I've been trying to answer more in the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions or anything like that, and thank you for all those. So I'll be doing that a lot more. So just comment down below anything you guys want to talk about, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And then follow me. I'm on Twitter at Cobbster15, on Instagram at Cobbster with 2 R's. Follow me on Snapchat. Doing a lot of Snapchats lately. Cobbster15.
Are you a 12-year-old
just
girl?
do that. Yeah.
Snapchat?
People actually send me money on Snapchat. Do you know that?
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you can send money on Snapchat, and people have been sending me money.
How?
Just kidding.
Okay, I was about to say, I need to get myself...
can't.
How do you do that?
You can send money via Snapchat. I think
we're not ending this podcast. I don't even know how to do this.
I don't know how to do it, but I guess if you just want dick pics, just send me money. And
you can follow me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
You can send me money on Snapchat.
But those are all the various social medias I'm on. And
I'm at The Real Cody Hall on Twitter. Instagram, That One Dude Cody.
Nerd.
Facebook, Cody Hall.
And
that was hilarious, right? Because it was my name.
That's real funny.
I'm not on Snapchat, so that's about it.
Oh,
yeah,
that's it.
That's all you got.
On Vine or something?
I am on Vine, actually.
People
I
use
think
that anymore.
That One Dude Cody still.
I don't think people even use that anymore.
Vine sucks now.
And I know
it's so bad.
It's a lot of yelling. It's a lot of yelling.
A lot of yelling, fast cuts. It's just not good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Follow us on all those different things. Check out Schmoes. If you guys haven't, that's one thing. Our Ultimate Schmoedown just happened the other day. If you haven't seen it. We won't spoil it, but it was a lot of fun. We had a cool entrance, and definitely check that out.
I spent 65 million years preparing for that role.
Look at that. Yeah. Nice one. Go check it out, youtube.com/schmoesknow. It's a lot of fun. We got some more fun things happening in the future. So how do I end this? Oh, yeah.